In bits, Peter.
Training.
Yeah, got back into training after about a year off proper training, so a bit sore today. But welcome back. We've got the one and only Mr. Peter Fury. An absolute pleasure, as always. How are you?
I'm good, Abs. Always good to see you. Put a smile on my face seeing you. So it's good.
It works both ways, but I'm going to go straight in for the kill. As you can see, your son, well, we can't see. Hughie's just doing the last bit of training after some sparring. Talk to us about that combat fight, because I put a competent win, and I got some stick for that. But your words, how did the fight go from what you saw?
I'm not interested in non-boxing people. They don't know their ass from their elbow, do they? I think, look, I think there's behind the scenes being put out today, and you'll see what I'm saying to him before the fight. We're not trying to chin this guy. Don't try and hurt him. Box, get the rounds. So we're not out to put no big thunderous display on. And against a guy like that, it'd be a mistake, because you could easily punch yourself out. And plus, with it being his first fight back, there's you can get that nervous energy. He said his legs felt a little bit stiff in there. So hardly want to go about the wrong tactics with a guy like that, because he can be a banana skin. So it was a case of just getting the rounds out, finding his range, and enjoying it in there.
When he came back in, because I said from about round 5, I saw, obviously, he looked a bit tired. But I also saw his opponent was unable to throw the shots back. You could see his elbows were bent, the shots coming back from his opponent, they were pouring. So he's obviously doing something to him there. And I'm not trying to say I'm being biased. Watch the fight yourself. It's what I saw from an opponent is very, very tough or durable.
He was durable, but he was struggling in there as well. So it's all about levels, this game. But, listen, he's a good journeyman, and we got what we wanted out of him.
Yeah.
And, it's the first fight back. We're not looking for any. We're not looking for anything. We're just looking for rounds. But now, it'd be different again. So he's on the 11th of May. Just finalising an opponent over the next few days now, and away he goes again.
May I ask for the second opponent of his comeback? What sort of fighter are you looking for? I know you was happy that he got the rounds in, got that ring rust out. We can see, even in sparring, that he's caught fire. What type of opponent do you want for him this time as, you build those combat fights? Or should he go straight into some more toughness?
Well, we're looking at somebody now who's unbeaten. So he'll be a step up. So, yeah. Again, I wouldn't say the guy's world level, but he must think he is. But let's see. If he takes a fight, then we'll have that.
A short turnaround for Hughie. He just fought, like I said, last week. He's going in May the 11th. What is that? 3 weeks apart?
3 weeks, yeah.
How do you see that as, a fighter literally staying in camp, staying ready, and having a short succession of fights? It's not often what we see with fighters, especially heavyweights.
Yeah, he's had a long time out, Abs, so we're getting back 3 weeks. It's fine for him anyway. He fought Saturday and he was in the gym Monday. So that's how.
Tried to see him today, to be fair.
So that's how much of a hard fight he's had. It's not about having a hard fight. He's used his experience in there, used his head, and boxed and found his range and got the 6 rounds out. So I'm happy with that. We move on to the next one. The next fight will be different. You'll see Hughie up his game a lot more.
And working both with GBM and obviously Boxer, because that's the next card he's on. How do you find that, having a fighter that's sort of got more or less like a free rein, so he stays active, so he hasn't got to necessarily get involved in any promoter politics, and he's free to go and come as he pleases?
We don't want no politics. Look, we've got good relations with Sky and Boxer as well. And the thing is, it's they're on the same page as well. Boxer's the same. It's about getting you active. Look, he can't go on every single Sky show, so the shows he can't go on, we'll put him on GBM, because perfect platform, by the way, good friends of mine, and very happy to just cross over between the two. So it's good for us.
Speaking of Izzy, for somebody that was a fighter himself, somebody that said, he's watched Hughie Fury fight, you can see that he's definitely got the passion for the sport. Working with GBM for the first time on camera, how did that relationship go? And your thoughts on GBM and their progression in this boxing market that is so fickle?
You've only got to look at the rise and how quick it's gone. You know, it's only seemed the other day when we was talking about it, you know, and they came to me and, you know, was asking my opinion, and I, you know, look where they are now today, and they're putting good content on, good fights. You know, it might be on YouTube, but the product, it's like watching the TV. It's the same. It's a top quality show, so you can't say it's as good a show as all the rest of them. Really, you can't tell any difference. But the atmosphere was brilliant when we went there. All of our people got looked after exceptional. And it was just a great atmosphere. Good people around it. They all know boxing. And I can't speak highly enough of it. We had a good time there.
So I take it that partnership will remain moving forward, and we can expect to see Hughie on more GBM shows too?
Definitely. Izzy's a personal friend of mine, so it's easy for me, because we know each other outside of boxing. So it's so anything we can do, it's a two-way street. You know, they're helping us and we'll help them. It's simple.
I know it might seem like a bit of a strange question to ask, but after the fight, when he fought Dobinchenko, did Dobinchenko actually say anything to him after the fight? You know, that you usually see like the respectful, polite, etc. But did he say anything to Hughie? Did he say anything to you about Hughie's performance?
Yeah, he said he's very awkward. He said he's got a very good jab, and you know, he found it nigh on impossible to get to him. So, you know, this boxing, I've always said it's a skill set. You know, but look, I'm not going to dress it up for what it's not. He held back, done what he had to do, getting the ring rust off, not taking any silly risks. We're fighting 3 weeks later. You know, we don't want to get cuts and stuff. But, you know, we got good rounds out. You know, Dobinchenko, he fitted the bill perfectly, because we got a guy who comes, he tries, he puts the pressure on, and he throws punches. You know, and he got some through, and he had to block, and he had to work in there. It wasn't just like a manoeuvre around like it was just so easy for him. That's not what I'm saying. He got work, and for somebody who's got ring rust, let's identify what ring rust means. Nervous energy.
Okay.
Under the lights for the first time after 3 years. Spar as much as you want. It's not a fight. Yeah? All this comes into play. The tightness. You know? It's all ring rust, what people don't see. He might not have displayed it in there because he's relaxed and he's going about it in a certain way. But also, can I pick my gears up? You know, my legs are heavy, this and that. It's all part of the ring rust. So now, he can shake all that off now. And as you can see in his sparring, he's a lot more loose, so he's more flexible, letting his shots go a lot more. So it's a steady progression. So I think by the end of the year, we'll look, like I said, we're stepping up to Sky now with a different opponent. It'd be a step up as well from the last one. And this one's obviously not a journeyman. This one's a prospect, so this would be a good fight.
As the eyes pop out of my head on the other side of the camera, I wish I could ask, but I know that I can't. We've got to talk about your other stablemates as well, your other fighters. Got Matty Harris, young Matty Harris, who fought Dobinchenko, who obviously, you know, got stopped by him. So when you see that and you see like the margins and obviously improvements and even the knowledge on the journeyman that you fought, leaps and bounds, would you say, as in like there's different levels? Do you notice that as a trainer when you think, gosh, maybe should he have gone in? Should Matty have gone in with that opponent? Or we can shoulda, woulda, coulda till we die, but...
You know, in this game, you've got to know your boxing. And no, he shouldn't have stayed. He should have stayed a million miles from Dobinchenko. Okay. You know, he's a young heavyweight. You know, looks to hurt people with power shots. Worst thing you can do against Dobinchenko. He's kryptonite for Matty Harris. It's too early for him. Way, way, way too early for him. It's too early for him now. I will not put him in with him now. You know, because he's got to get that fluidity. He's got to know how to box, pace himself. It takes experience. He's a young heavyweight. He's had no experience. When you get up against guys like this, you know, who don't look all that to the naked eye to the non-boxing people, but he's crude, but he cuts the ring off well. He's in your face. He wants to take your shots because he knows you're emptying your tank. And the more harder you hit him, the better it is for him because you're working to his game plan. And then mid-rounds, he's going to come on you. So this is the type of guy that can drain your energy for a young, inexperienced fighter, which Matty is. He's not better than Matty Harris. Matty Harris has got talent. That's not what I'm saying. But just way, way too early. And what it is with fighters, you can knock the confidence. So somebody like Matt needs building up steady, getting his confidence. And it's just time in the gym, trusting in the process. And, heavyweights are a different breed to other weights.
To play devil's advocate, Dobchenko went in against Moses Atuma, who's also inexperienced as a professional, but he managed to obviously outbox him. And he's also boxed with, I think maybe, I don't know what his amateur experience is, so forgive me, Jamie Takivi. He also went in with him, and Jamie Takivi also outboxed him. I know it's cliche, they say styles make fights. But do you think, is it that you can literally meet someone that's got such an awkward style so early on, they're the ones that can actually show out your weaknesses? What is it? Because they were quite young in boxing as well.
I'm sure the guys you're on about have got good amateur experience.
Okay.
Yeah, where Matty hasn't.
The difference.
And the thing is as well, they've seen what this guy's about with Matty Harris. So
one fought him before,
yeah,
and one fought him after.
So they can go about it in a different way. It all depends how you go about the fight. So I don't take anything from it. To be honest, it's he's a good, solid journeyman. But Matty Harris had the wrong style for and the wrong approach to the fight, and that's all down to inexperience.
So when can we expect to see Matty out again? We know that he went up against Buchetta, who I think fought Arlo Stevens on the GBM show the other week as well. When's Matty back out, Peter?
I believe sometime in June. So we're just waiting for a date for Matt, and hopefully he can get back to work. Look to see more improvements.
And how's young Savannah going on? I know I've had the flyer, the information for the PFL, so I know she's having a mixed martial arts debut. How is young Savannah getting on with the change of style to fighting?
She's enjoying it. She's with Andy Aspinall, so she's enjoying her work there. And I'm looking forward. It's the 8th of June up in Newcastle.
Coming up.
So it'll be a big event. So it'll be nice to just sit down and enjoy the show.
So you literally, with the corner work, obviously I know it's different styles and that, but that calming voice that you've got, because I know how you are with your fighters, you don't shout at them, you're the voice of reason in the corner. Wouldn't you be there, even though, I get it, it's a completely different sport, but that voice that she's used to?
It's whatever she decides to do herself. As long as she's comfortable. If she needs me in the corner, I'm there. If she doesn't need me in the corner and she's comfortable with who she's got, then I'll sit in the crowd. I'm happy either way. It doesn't bother me. But it's what's best for her. So she knows her own mind. She's got to do what's best for her. So I'm sure she's got a very capable corner there that know this MMA inside out. Plus, she's doing the boxing with me anyway. She's in the gym still, so she's doing all of the punches with me still. So she's got the best of both worlds really. So it should be a case of just going out there and enjoying herself and letting her hands go.
One thing I did want to get your expert opinion on is the recent fight that's just happened this weekend with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. And I want to sort of set a ground for this. I spoke to Zilly Zhang's coach, Sean George, and I said, what happened in that fight with Joseph Parker? And his coach, Sean George, said to me, he believed in his power. He thought that's all he had to do. And just the way he said it, you kind of get in that moment and think, okay, so he rested on his laurels. He believed that those 2 knockdowns was enough and he didn't need to put any more effort into it. So we go into this weekend. Haney was a massive favourite. But when you watch the fight, I know that you called it before that people really need to be careful with Garcia because you brought up the Luke Campbell fight.
Yeah. Listen, you know what it is? I'm psychic, I've got my little ball around the corner and I use it from time to time. You know what I mean? No, I don't. Look.
People know that no boxing, don't they?
Look, this is a young fella that always been able to fight. Looking at the Tank fight, where he's drained in weight and stuff. But Garcia was an exceptional amateur, They boxed 6 times in the amateurs. That should tell you enough. So for me, it wasn't one-way-sided. And I said at the start, if Ryan Garcia is everything he says he is in the build-up to this fight, he shouldn't be in there, and it'll be a mismatch. But if it's a blag, there's no mismatch. It can be a big shock. And it turned out to be just that. So full credit to him because he did. He blagged everybody and he done his job because it worked.
Do you think he was blagging though, Peter? Because part of me still thinks he's a little bit, and I mean this in no disrespectful way at all, because I take mental health quite personally to heart. Isn't that just the way he is? And part of it, I get it, maybe some theatrics, but a part of him's a little bit unhinged.
No, that performance and all of it was very, very good and calculated.
Okay.
Even down to the weigh-in, drinking the water in the bottle and stuff. That's somebody who's well thought out, well meticulous and clever. Him and his team need full props for what they did. It's good.
Eddie Hearn teaming up with Frank Warren with the Riyadh season. We're seeing all the stuff that they're doing. He's recently gone out to America, and we're now getting the fights where Terence Crawford has moved up to fight Israel Madrimov at 154. I think it's a WBA belt, which is now coincidentally partnered with Riyadh season. Oscar De La Hoya has a few choice words for Eddie Hearn, and it's sort of like, stay out of our country. We'll do American boxing. You concentrate on the UK. You're kind of like not welcome here. When you see that, or maybe this is the first time you know about it, what are your thoughts on that with this collaborative working with UK going over to the States, etc.?
Listen, you know me, I'm a very, very straight talker. I think the relationship between Eddie and Frank Warren is absolutely cringe. That's my opinion on it. But you don't have to have friendship in business. And both of them's kissing each other's ass because there's big dollars there with the Saudis, isn't there? So that's where we are with that. So let's move on from that shower of shit, because that's what it is. Because that's the way I see it. I'm not saying that either one of them's a shower of shit. I'm just saying it looks a shower of shit. It looks cringe to me. Yeah? Because it's a lot of false shite, isn't it? Because they're there for the money. And I understand it. They're business people. So good on them. But let's not pretend what it is. It's a cringe lot of bollocks, isn't it?
Okay, that's that bit. So Oscar, I think that money. Honestly, I think that money.
I won't put you
can.
in the
No,
office.
you can, because I'm somebody that's not afraid to say what it is as well. I think that money, if the money's right, it can make you put your opinions aside to work together. But as a boxing fan, I like to see it. And maybe I'm just one of these cringy guys, but I hear what you're saying. But if it takes a lot of money to make them shut the hell up and work together, I'm for it.
Yeah, listen, good on them. Listen, they're making fortunes, good for them. I'm just giving what I see. It's my own opinion of it. But listen, both good promoters, they both done the job. Long may it continue. The Saudis ain't going to run out of money, are they? So it's good. And the main thing is to get in the fights together. Everybody's fighting, so that's a good thing.
So what about the Oscar? I was saying about Oscar saying to Eddie, you stay out of America, because obviously they've got Riyadh seasons and now gone over to America. We get in the fight with Crawford and Madrimov. What do you think of that then when Oscar's saying to Eddie, you stay over there in the UK and I'll handle business here in the US?
I think it's, listen, they're going to do business wherever they're going to do it, Eddie Hearn's done very, very well in his business. He's a successful businessman, isn't he? So he's not going to listen to Oscar De La Hoya, is he? And I'm sure Oscar De La Hoya is not going to listen to Eddie Hearn. So everybody's got to do what they got to do. It's as long as they put the fights on, which they're doing, then they're doing good. And like you said, you don't have to like somebody to do business with them. So they're earning the money, so good luck to them.
I think sometimes in some situations it would be very hard to put grudges aside to work with people. It doesn't matter how much money's on the table, so fair play to them. But I think one of the reasons why probably Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren work is because they've never actually met each other. All of the exchanges have seemed to be like online. So it's like, well, actually, you're not as bad as I thought.
Look, it doesn't matter, In boxing, there's no hatred for anybody, is there? I think
there's a lot of jealousy, though, isn't there,
listen,
Peter?
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of greed. There's a lot of snidey people. There's everything. Boxing is, listen, there's some scummy people in it, some shit people in it, but it's a good sport. I'm in it solely to get the best fights, get me fighters where I need to get them. The politics in boxing, I don't even look at it, to be honest with you. And I'll be perfectly honest, I don't look at Frank or Eddie's interviews. I'm not interested. Not because I don't want to look at it. I'm just not interested in any of it, to be honest. I'm interested in just getting the fights on and doing our own path.
How do you avoid? Sorry to interrupt, but how do you avoid the politics, old Peter? Because it's everywhere. It's almost like the air that keeps us apart in boxing. There's always going to be some kind of red tape, bureaucracy. He doesn't like me, I don't like him, etc., etc. Meanwhile, you're just trying to navigate, like you said, you're just trying to navigate your fighters to get the best
It
fights.
don't matter to me. Look, the fighter's the fighter. It's what's best for the fighter. It's not what's best for me. You know, I keep my crowd small. It's very small because I got no time for you know, whatever kind of people, whatever we're talking about. But I just keep my circle small, and I'm happy. I'm a dinosaur, old man, whatever you want to say, but that's me. I do my own thing.
Age and experience, there comes wisdom, so there's no complaints here coming from that, Peter.
Listen, there's no bending over here. I can tell you that. There's no blowjobs being give out here. I don't care if you got 20 billion. Yeah? I don't care. The blessed Lord is my saviour. Yeah? I don't blowjob to any human. That's not happening. I don't care. You can't offer me crown jewels. Lovely people I like. A prick I don't like. Simple and black and white.
A man after my own heart. That what a perfect way to end it. I love the fact that you're just such a straight talker. Listen, everybody, please hit the like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the magic stuff, and give a round of applause to one of my favourites people in boxing.
Always good to see you, Abs. And tune in for May the 11th on Sky Sports. And let's see improvements again.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.